I really want to try this again because I don't know. The last video, I'm gonna leave it up, but I'm going to endeavor to make sure that my sound is working properly on this one. But as I was stating in the other video that I just posted on YouTube, today is the 15-year anniversary of a very, very badly botched back surgery led by Franklin Lynn of Emory Healthcare. Well, he was with Emory Healthcare back then. Pain, 15 years of pain, 15 years of incurable illnesses, 15 years of seizures, and just anytime it rains, it feels like the rods in my back are going haywire. He also left one of the discs in there bad. The disc that he was supposed to take out, he left one bad one in there. Okay, like he totally botched the job. And then he didn't do what most doctors are supposed to do, like required by law to do, which is full disclosure. He said nothing about messing up on the table. I didn't find out until 6 months later, and literally by mistake, because his physician's assistant let it slip because she was unaware that he did not tell me what he did. So after that, I was promptly blackballed. They stopped answering phone calls. They no longer wanted to help me because I found out that their doctor messed up and they didn't want to have to deal with a lawsuit. So many nefarious things happened during this time period. Between 2007 and maybe 2010, very nefarious stuff was going on. I turned him into the Medical Board of Georgia. The Medical Board of Georgia cleared him, stating it was the standard and appropriate level of care. Now, during these days, during this time, the medical board was pretty much comprised of nothing but rich white men who had their own interests in ensuring that none of their doctors or their hospital systems caught any type of lawsuits, no matter how open and shut they were. Because literally, the man tore my spinal cord and then he put it in the medical records that he encountered a dural tear. Now, I've had this explained to me. If my dura was already torn, Dr. Lynn, and you just stumbled across it, I would have already been like dead. I would have never made it to your table, sir. So the very deceptive wording of what he did in my medical report, which I still have. I still have all of my medical history, my medical reports, every doctor that and it's not even all of it, y'all. It's not all of the records. Like, I would drag the bag out here just to show y'all how thick the bag is, but it's not even like a fourth of my records from going to doctor looking for some type of help. But because Emory blackballed me first, I was a liability to everyone else. Because their doctor messed up, no other doctor would touch me. Should I not be upset about this? Should y'all not be worried about this? Because if it happened to me, 9 times out of 10, it's already happened to somebody you know, or you, or it will. Because Emory pays for that prestigious reputation. Okay? It's not they paid for that reputation to be what it is. Let's be honest. Let's be clear. Emory has been in so much dirty scandals in Atlanta quietly. Like, literally, I'm gonna tell this story. When I put up my video on YouTube 3 years ago, a news anchor, like a field reporter from WSB TV, hit me up, Taisha Fernandez. And she was just so interested in my story. She was supposed to come out here and interview me, and she never showed. And the cold part is, she wasn't decent enough to call me and let me know that either she was shook because she had just gotten into a car wreck on 85 on her way to me. Like, all she had to do was call me and talk to me and tell me that. She blocked me on Twitter. Didn't even know she had a Twitter because, again, I say, field reporter. Out in the field. Not sitting behind, the primetime desk. Field reporter. And I felt like, at that time, my story would have maybe put her at a desk. Maybe she could get her own personal office with a phone, trying to help me show the world Emory dirty. But no, it didn't go that way. It didn't go that way. And then the other anchor women, the other black anchor women, I've written to all of them. Oh no, well, if Taisha already talked to you, then she's the one you got to deal with. Okay, well, Taisha's scared. Taisha's scared of Emory. I'm not scared of Emory because one thing's for sure and two things for certain, I'm not telling anybody else's story. I'm telling mine. So if they were worried about slander or libel or anything like that, I got paperwork. Isn't that what the news does? It goes and it investigates to see if I'm actually lying or if I'm telling the truth. Nobody tried to do that. I've written WSB for so many years and I still have emails. I still have the emails. Just saying, like, a lot of people have dropped the ball, but Emory made sure to deflate it so that it could not bounce any further. But that's okay. I've learned, I've gone on this spiritual journey because any other time on this day, I'd be depressed, I'd be in the dark, I'd be crying, I'd just be bemoaning the fact that I lost so much from this surgery. But I'm not doing that. I'm turning my pain into purpose, and I'm asking for the black collective, the black community, black Twitter, black TikTok, black, like, share it to like a Cardi B. Like, Cardi, I know she will speak up for people. LeBron, I know he'll speak up for people. T.I. is only going to speak up for rich people. I learned that lesson recently, okay? So won't be asking him for help anymore. Not like he ever responded anyway. But for me to have gone through these last 15 years of depression, of poor mental health, because nobody wanted to help. Nobody wanted to help me. I was stamped with the liability tag, and then that was it. The pills, they have been prescribing pills for me for years, almost 2 decades. And those pills have taken my teeth out. I have alopecia now. Like, there's so many ripple effects that a lot of people may not understand about what happened to me. You'll never see it on my face because I'm not going to show that, okay? Old me was angry, bitter, rage-filled. Not saying I still don't carry some rage. I just know how to transmute it now. So at this point, it is really just some things that people should know. Like, y'all should know to check your medical records. Check them. Because they'll slide stuff in there real slick so that you can't catch it. But I caught it, Franklin Lynn. You encountered a dural tear. You also used fibrin sealant that wasn't cleared by the FDA. And do you know what that extra fibrin sealant that you used to patch up my leak? It gave me adhesive arachnoiditis. Y'all can look that up. Y'all can look that up. The perpetual inflammation of the spinal cord. That's what he did for me. And it tells me you may resume your nocturnal activities whenever you feel like it. But I can't go back to work, y'all. I'm on SSI, which is why I had to move my feet, if you will, and find something that I can do that's legal, that will bring money to me. Because with inflation, SSI, inflation is going on right now in the worst way. Worst way. And he gave me that idea. It took me a minute to come to the conclusion. Maybe like, 2019, I came to the chronically disabled sex worker. That'll get somebody's attention because they'll want to know why I'm doing this. How did I end up chronically disabled? And I don't have any problem telling my story. I don't have no problem telling my story. I can pull that bag out full of my paperwork. I can pull it out. But see, what Emory won't do is address me. They gave me some half-assed apology that, they said my name wrong. Dude knew nothing about me, okay? I've been under the rug this whole time. And I don't like being under the rug anymore, y'all. I don't want to be under the rug. I want to be out in the open. I'm not afraid of Emory, but apparently the lawyers in Georgia are. Like, and Black Lives Matter, I contacted them in 2018. I wasn't big enough. A policeman didn't kill me. So it wasn't important. For black men, it's the police. For black women, it's the healthcare system. But I wasn't important enough. I didn't garner enough attention. I called Ben Crump too. He's he's a hearse chaser. I'm sorry. I'm Ben Crump is a hearse chaser. Okay? He don't show up unless there's news cameras already there. All right? He's not trying to help anybody else. All right? So I need for people to stop saying, well, you need a lawyer. I went to 15 lawyers in Atlanta when I still had an opportunity to get at these folks. None of them wanted to touch Emory. Everybody is scared of Emory here. Either scared of him or they're in their pocket. The lawyer that I ended with was in their pocket. Now I'm gonna say his name, but he's a lawyer, and I don't want him to feel. And I told him, y'all, I let him know, like at some point, me and you, I'm gonna get you too. I'm gonna get you too, cause you're a dirty so and so. Yeah, I'm gonna get you too. So if you're seeing this, sir, I'm still here, cause you stalled out my statute of limitations so that I couldn't sue. Yeah, you were throwing money at me to keep me as your client because I was struggling and you knew it. But you wanted to stall it so that Emory didn't have to catch no wreck behind me. That's cool. That's cool. Because I'm pretty sure you've already shredded all of the legal pads that you've had me sign that you were giving me that money. That it was maybe going to come out of a bigger settlement. But I'm 75% certain that you got something. I'm relatively certain that Emory paid you to make sure that my lawsuit didn't happen. I'm pretty sure about that. But I digress. I'm not going to go into angry woman mode. I'm not going to do that because, like I said, transmutation over here is big for me. So at this point, I'm just asking for the black community as a whole. Look at this video. Listen to what I'm saying. They can't ignore me if it's more than one voice saying the same thing. Look at what's happening on Twitter. You know, that whole situation with the Juneteenth ice cream. Look at what black people did. They're expecting for no one to care. They're expecting that because they do black women so bad within this healthcare system. And Emory has been dirty for years, and most of the people from Georgia know that. Don't you? So what I'm saying couldn't possibly sound that far-fetched. Again, I got the paperwork in there. You know what I'm saying? So I'd love for Cardi B to see my video. Because I know Cardi will talk her shit on someone else's behalf because she's just that type of person. Not that she's a celebrity, but she's that type of person. She'll speak up. LeBron James. Oh Lord, if the Obamas could see this, I would love to sit down and tell them the whole entire story. That would be awesome. And then whenever WSB decides to check that tip line and those email tips that I sent back in like 2010, 2009, then maybe we can get something going. But right now I'm a small fish in a big pond. But let me get some other small fish and then let's go run up on them. That's how I feel. I'm patient because, like I said, I've been on this tip since 2018. Hashtag Justice from Emory Healthcare has a group, has a like page on Facebook. It has a petition. I've linked all of this stuff. Google, do me a favor, Google hashtag Justice from Emory Healthcare and come back and let me know what you see. I have no reason to lie on these people, but these people have every reason to make it harder for me to hold them accountable. Rich white men, y'all, they're the problem. Those rich white conservatives, we can clearly see who the problem is. Because how do you do something like that? How do you mess up somebody's back, their life? And it just really feels like you feel no remorse for it. Full disclosure was not given when I came off that table. He didn't say anything to me. He didn't say anything to my mother. And when I ended up in the ER 2 weeks later, he still wouldn't say anything. Help and not harm. Help and not harm. That was the oath that that man took. And he harmed me. And now I want him and Emory Healthcare. I don't care that he doesn't work for them anymore. Frankly, Lynn, I don't care that you're not with Emory anymore. You're with Wellstar. That makes it worse. My mother worked for Wellstar, baby. We know all your dirt. I know you're back under investigation with the medical board. Although I turned you in, they let you off. And here you are once again. One more time. You spent the block on the medical board, huh? Somebody else turned you in. Hope it works out for them, but I'm telling my story right now. So I'm asking, humbly asking, for the black community to rally behind one of yours. Protect black women. I was done heinously wrong by Emory Healthcare, and they have yet to make amends with me about it. They've yet to talk to me about it. They've swept me under the rug and thought I was going to stay there. God didn't give me the spirit of fear or give up. So, with that being said, hashtag justice from Emory Healthcare, y'all. Go check it out. Thank you.